White breeze to be warm with an afternoon high near 87. Tonight, clear skies and light winds, a low near 58. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 91. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best they can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett. Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac nachos and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athlete with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
National Electrical Safety Month is held every May to raise awareness about the importance of staying safe around electricity. Visit les.com/safety for safety tips on power lines, tree trimming, storms, and so much more.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village. Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
The goal for those coming on the road, let's go get that first one. And then here's what'll happen. There'll be you'll kind of be lackadaisical. Instead of keeping that energy, why not instead of keeping that energy, you'll probably see just a little bit more ease of play. because in the psyche, we did what we came to do.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Keep summer green with Judson Bilene and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Batter up! Join us this summer at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed Salt Dogs games running now through August. Visit saltdogs.com for updates on everything you need to know about weekly promotions, giveaways, and special events. That's where you'll find the latest updates to make sure you catch all the excitement and never miss a homestand you want to attend. Haymarket Park is your ticket to fun all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Gray.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's Monday. It's Monday. Big Swim. It's Monday. It's Monday, Raff, folks. It is Monday, May 12th, here in the mothership at 93.7 A Ticket. This is The Drive. Rafferty, there was a tornado. There was an earthquake north of you. How many miles, man, this weekend?
There was? Must not have felt it. Must not have felt it.
Yes, there was an earthquake that hit up in the Tennessee area. They felt it as far as Atlanta, Georgia this weekend, man. 4.1, 4.2 on the scale. The highest in that area was 4.6, I think about 15 years ago, they said. But I was looking at that and was like, wow. A few of my frat brothers was like, yeah, bro. They was on the golf course actually hit or something like that. So yeah, man, there was an earthquake not too far from you, Raff. So
we're all safe here.
That's good. That's good. Swim,
what's up?
No base. You didn't go to the baseball game Saturday. No, you went Friday, right?
Oh, I went Saturday.
Saturday.
And it was, I actually ran into some ticket listeners. I was pacing back and forth in the Pepsi porch, in all honesty. I was pacing back and forth, especially in the later innings of it, pacing back and forth in the Pepsi porch. And I got a phone call at the time from a fellow ticket employee asking what I was doing. And so after I hung up, they were like, Swim, we listen to you guys every morning. And he's like, we need to pull this one out. And I was like, well, I appreciate you guys listening. I said, I apologize for pacing right in front of your line of vision. But either way, it was a good time. And man, the weather this weekend was ideal. Well, it was ideal. It could not have been better. I'm working on the tan, as the kids say, working on the tan. And here we are.
You think I worked on my tan this weekend?
I can tell. It looked good. It looks good.
I got dark, man. I have Raff and Nick. I told you guys,
glistening a little bit.
A little bit of glistening.
Did you put some oil on?
No, just nothing but juices and barrels.
Here's my bronzer.
What kind of chemical you got in your hair, boy? Nothing but juices and berries.
And before AD goes outside, he puts on that suntan, not the suntan lotion, but the stuff that attracts the sun. Just says, "Hey, let me."
Well, see, darker skin attracts it already.
Oh, okay.
So
it's like a double trouble.
It is, dude. I can get so being black is trouble.
No. There you go. You know what? I'm gonna double down. Yeah, I just said it.
I love setting him up, Ralph. I love setting him up. It's hard. It's hard to be a brother in the heat because that sun just comes down and beats on you. But I don't even put any sunblock on, man.
That's good.
No sunblock. I have not worked in my office for a week. I've worked when I go in for my Zooms.
Just taking a vacation.
Oh, see, no good. Well, I ain't taking no vacation. I can't afford to.
I was going right away.
Yeah, I can't afford to take no vacation. I go inside for the Zooms and then I go right back outside on the deck. And work outside. It's just too nice to be inside, man.
I understand.
It is too nice to be
Plus,
inside.
you got a dog that probably loves being outside.
Louis thinks he's at the office.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll come home and be like, hey, we going to work now? What's going on?
Yeah.
And
he just waits by the door.
And then 20 seconds later. So, yeah, there's not a lot of phone calls when I'm out there. Rafferty, how was your Mother's Day, my man?
It was good. It was good. Went over to Tracy's mom's house, had some lunch, and then hung out with the dogs the rest of the day. Was able to enjoy a cigar on the back porch. It's been raining down here all weekend, so a little sunshine this morning finally, but it looks like more rain this evening. So all it does is rain in Alabama.
What's your temp this morning there?
67.
Nick, we are sitting at a very beautiful right now. If it will come up here real quick, let me see. Let's see here. Lincoln, Nebraska weather on this beautiful Monday. It is 68 degrees right now. High of 88. This whole week here, Nick.
Isn't it all in the 80s?
88 today, 91 tomorrow, 95 Wednesday, 80 and windy on Thursday, Friday 81, Saturday 83.
Woo!
So it is
a little toasty. A little toasty on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's going to be a little toasty, man. It's going to be a little toasty. Nick, how was your Mother's Day, brother?
It was great. It was great. Didn't do anything in the morning, just kind of hung out for the entirety of the morning. And then my mom is one of those people that she loves to entertain. She loves having like kids over at the house, obviously, and loves just to have people over. And so we were like, all right, what do you want to do for Mother's Day? And she's like, so my dad's obviously still laid up. I don't know if Craig's listening, but my pops is still injured.
Give the folks an update on your pops.
No, he had surgery. Surgery went great. He's just hanging out in a recliner in a cast right now. So that's all he does day-to-day basis.
But you know what? That's tough for your pops.
Oh, big time.
That's
Big time.
gotta be tough.
Very, very difficult.
Craig's still praying for you, thinking of you, brother.
Yeah. So I asked him, I asked my parents, a collective, I said, has there been any pain? And they're like, no pain at all. There's nothing. And I'm like, you guys get it lucky. I mean, you guys get it easy. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't as serious as we thought. But no, joking aside.
Nick likes to poke fun at folks when they're hurt, right? You notice that when I was at Matt Talbot, he's poking fun at me because my back, that nerve started jacking up. His very own father is, you hurt or you're injured. You know, you're injured. I'm going to injure Nick by the end of this week and blast him in his throat and see if I'm asking, is that hurt or is it injured? That's the second time you poke fun at somebody that's had a serious injury.
All I'm going to say is you've threatened me with punching me multiple times week after week, and it's never happened. Either way. Back to what I was going to say.
You know what's called? Lulling you to sleep.
That's called a bridge of trust. Nice. Damon Flinch. Look at that. Damon Flinch. No, but anyway, so I went and picked up some carne asada, went and picked up some fajita chicken. I fired those up on the Blackstone last night and made some quesadillas and some fajitas for the family. So my sister came over, parents and all that. Made some
to
fajitas.
Your place?
No, to theirs.
Okay,
we went to the parents.
Okay.
And because my dad can't move. And so anyway, it was basically just fajitas and quesadillas on the Blackstone with some cilantro lime rice. And
sounds good now.
Called it good.
That sounds. Did it come up? Because the picture you sent was pretty good, man.
It was very good. It was very good.
You know, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. You know what, guys? All due seriously. Yesterday, I said I'm going to fight to be present. You know, Mother's Days. I think I woke up about 1:30 Sunday morning, and I woke up again about 3, and then I got up at 4, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep in. And I just, laid around a bit. I don't know, just weird, man.
Yeah, well, your coffee story wasn't until like 8:15.
Yeah.
I thought, what in the world is going on with AD?
Yeah.
It's not at 4 a.m.
It wasn't at 4 a.m. On the weekends, I don't get up at 4. I sleep in a little bit on the weekends, but it was just weird, man. It was just hard to sleep. Yeah, a lot of emotions with your parents. I'm telling you folks, man, if you got your parents around, and I know some relationships aren't in the place to where you don't have the relationship. And I can understand where you're coming from. Now you can feel that way too. But man, if you do, or whoever that mother or father figure may be to you, or grandmother, or grandparent, man, don't wait until they're gone and say you wish you could have, woulda, So, but yeah, it's always rough. But you know what? I fought to be present, and it's tough, dude. It is so tough because you just miss your mom. You don't see signs that say "Hi, Dad."
Yeah.
At games,
Right? Yeah.
You don't see "Hi, Dad" signs. It's "Hi, Mom," because no matter what's going on in life. Last week, I wanted to call her so many times, and just wasn't. You're not able to do that. Yeah. And so happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Folks, we got a lot of sports to discuss. We don't want to hop into this weekend's shenanigans yet. We got a lot of stuff to discuss. You guys, here's what I do want to discuss real quick. Derek Carr calls it a career.
Yeah, Raffy. I mean, this isn't Raff. I think people forget he used to be an MVP candidate. Like that is not being facetious or out of line by saying Derek Carr in his early time with the Raiders was somebody that we looked at as saying, in a couple of years, if you get some pieces around him, he's going to contend for a most valuable player award.
Oh yeah, definitely. It just shows you just how serious that injury was. And, even they said he could have had surgery, but with that degenerative shoulder, the way they said it was going, they say it was going, I feel bad. Oh yeah, I got a little frog in my throat. I don't know where that came from. I think I was just getting emotional with it. I was on
the air.
Always a big Raider fan in my day, so I'll just get emotional. No, but just how much he loved to play the game, for him to announce his retirement just shows just how serious that shoulder injury was, because he was one of those guys. I mean, he was a warrior. I'll give him that. He probably got unfairly treated by the Raiders by letting him go to the Saints, but you thought the way the Saints came out last year, remember they came out 2-0 last year and were scoring like 50 points a game, and thought they might have something there, but it's sad to see him, have to retire that early. But I'm glad that, he retired with, generational wealth. I mean, he made a lot of money, so that's a positive, I guess.
He did. Yeah, he did. He signed that massive deal just about a year or two before he left the Raiders. And it was a situation, like I said, it was after his rookie deal. We were sitting there going, okay, this is a guy that is going to be a top 5 quarterback in the league. And he's always been, I don't want to say forgotten about, but I wouldn't even say underrated. He's just somebody that's kind of always flown under the radar simply because of the college that he attended. He went to Fresno State. And then unfortunately, the organization that drafted him doesn't do things very well. Obviously Davis is the owner, doesn't do things most of the time the most sensical, I should say. And so you sit there and you go, okay, this is how an organization can really set your career off of the tracks. I mean, in all honesty, because if the Raiders would have looked at what they had, and I understand that there was a change from Oakland to Vegas and this, that, and the other, but if you would have looked a couple of years ago, Raff and AD, of, okay, you have Derek Carr and you have Josh Jacobs in the backfield. What can we do to really surround them with some talent and fight for an AFC West division? Because right when he started, Mahomes wasn't there. The Chiefs weren't what the Chiefs are today. And not that they would have created a dynasty with these guys, but we can't sit here and act like if it was with another organization that Derek Carr couldn't be still playing football.
Yeah, well, also too,
go ahead, Raffy.
I was just going to say also too, I mean, look at just how unlucky he was, the cards he was dealt with the luck. You had Gruden there, say what you want. He's a great football coach. Gruden had all that happen. Now he's the most popular guy in America. It seems like he gets a box of stuff from every school in America. And then you get Bisaccia in there, who looks like he's got that train, on the upward. And then they just, let him go. I just feel like he was dealt just that unlucky cards. And a lot of it, you have to blame it on Mark Davis and just the way the way he dealt with all those situations.
Raff, you were spot on. The Raiders gonna Raider. They had a great situation with Bisaccia, man. He was the first interim coach to take a team to the postseason, and then the guys in the locker room rallied around him. It's almost like, Raff, they don't know what to do with success or with momentum. They find a way to sabotage themselves, and I'm being honest with you, man. Pittsburgh offensively sometimes looks that way. At times it's kind of like, well, that was working too good, so let's try something else type of mentality. But back to Derek Carr. I mean, you think about Derek Carr, just a good dude, man. He was able to keep the $10 million from the roster bonus from March, but he's giving up, you guys, $30 million in guaranteed pay for 2025. But to your point, Raff, he's made a ton of money, but it shows you this has got to be serious for somebody to say, I'm gonna give up. Regardless of how much money you made, $30 million is a lot of money. So it shows you the severity of his of the injury that he had, that he has, and just saying, you know what, I want to be able to still pick up my kids. I want to be able to walk. He's gonna have enough pain as it is long term, with the number of times he's been under the knife and on the table. So, but New Orleans, do you think New Orleans has some? Do you think there's some regret they weren't more aggressive with a quarterback in the draft?
Wouldn't you imagine that they kind of had a feeling that something was coming down the road? Like, wouldn't you? So this is where, just guys, we're in this business. Like, we understand how the inner workings and how it operates. Like, this stuff is coming down the road, whether or not it's public information, right? Like, it's not. This is not something that he got hurt on May 1st, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, this is a shock. Derek Carr has a shoulder injury now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? Looking back, obviously, if we knew that Derek Carr was going to get hurt 4 days later, we would probably taken a quarterback. I don't think like that. That's not what happened here. This is a thing that's prolonged and been an issue for Carr and the shoulder for years. Mm-hmm. And so if they had any indication that it was going to be like this, not that necessarily he was going to retire, but it sounds like his entire season as a whole was already up in question. Then you would have imagined that if they felt like they needed to be a little more quarterback in pursuit of a quarterback, then they would have. Mm-hmm. But then again, guys, oh, sorry, go ahead, Raff.
I was just going to say, and remember, there's a quarterback playing in Austin this year that might have a say too.
That's what I was just going to mention. Is there's also something to be said about they're in the first year of a new head coach, and they're going. Kellen Moore is down there in New Orleans. And it's going to be a situation of, you know what, Kellen, look, you have a long enough runway. At least I always find it funny because on May 12th, 2025, we can say, hey, don't worry. No matter what the 2025 season looks like, you have a long enough runway. You have a long enough runway to where whatever happens this season, get our guys ready to go for 2026, because guess what? Now, we're not going to intentionally tank for the number one pick, but we're going to be low or high enough in next year's draft, which is a very quarterback-heavy draft class, that even if we don't get Arch Manning, we have a chance to trade for him. And then also number two is there's going to be an option out there somewhere to where we can put all of our eggs into the basket for 2026.
Raff, Nick, let me be devil's advocate here. We don't know what Arch Manning is really going to do. We haven't seen a full body of work from this kid yet.
No, but we know. I mean, that's unfortunately. Do we know? No, but what we know, I was going to say, what we do know is that NFL teams can do a really good job. The front offices do a really good job of talking themselves into a situation.
Yes, they do.
They do an incredible job.
In spite of the numbers.
Yeah, and Arch Manning's numbers have been good for the small sample size that we've seen of him at Texas.
That's my thing. I want to see him for an entire year.
Sure, and that's valid, Raff. I think, Raff, though, what we've talked about extensively, though, on this show between the three of us is that teams talk themselves into whatever situation they feel like is going to pull their franchise out of the dumpster, out of the cellar, out of the depths of the league. And then on top of that, they talk themselves and they're desperate enough to do whatever is necessary to go grab that guy.
Yeah, no, and you look at Arch Manning, it's like AD said, we haven't seen a full season. We'll see what he does. But if there's any potential possibility, if he does put up those numbers, New Orleans is going to be all in on Arch Manning because that's his home. It's the hometown kid. His grandpa played for New Orleans. There's a lot of connections there that if you're the ownership for the Saints, you want to try all you can to get Arch Manning if that's a possibility.
Now, I personally think on the other side of it, looking at his body of work, the ceiling is It's extremely high for this kid.
And
I mean, like ridiculously high.
And that is what teams are going to lean on. Let's say hypothetically, Arch Manning has a fine year, right? Like it's going to be a good year in comparison to everybody else, but is it worthy of the number one pick? Maybe not. But what's going to take Arch Manning over the top of a Drew Aller or somebody like Drew Aller is the conversation of look at the pedigree, look at the family, look at where he's come from. We think we could probably do something with him. We can take him to that next level. So that's where the organizations are going to talk themselves into, hey, you know what? Even despite him not putting up those specific numbers at Texas, we think that we can take him over the top. Plus, look at all the other stuff that he grew up in, and that, you know, all this, that, and the other. I mean, so there's so many things that New Orleans, if the numbers are not there, that they're going to be able to lean on and talk themselves into of like why this guy is worthy of the number one overall pick.
And you never know, Tyler Shaw could be that guy for them this year. So we'll see how he plays this year.
Yeah,
I would assume he'll be the starter. Right? You got him, and you got Spencer Rattler, and I forgot the third one.
Well, I'd be curious if we see. So you obviously have Tyler Shuck, and then you have, like you said, Spencer Rattler. But what I would say is Tyler Shuck, people forget, he is old. Like he was one of the most experienced college quarterbacks in the entire country. I mean, he's old. And so Tyler Shuck,
what is he?
I think he's like 26. But either way,
he's over the hill.
Well, in terms of quarterback,
I know.
He's 25 years old. He's going to turn 26 on September 28th this year. So yeah, in terms of rookie quarterbacks, you got Cam Ward that's going to be what, 20, 22, 21. So it's a thing of Tyler Shuck has seen a lot of football, so they're going to be able to use that as a reason. Spencer Rattler didn't have a great, in terms of effectiveness, didn't have a great year last year.
What a lot of injuries too.
Yeah, sure.
They were decimated with injuries last year.
But we know it. Flashy new toy on campus. Let's go ahead and throw Tyler Shuck into that conversation. And we'll see what happens. But I think that New Orleans is in a funny spot now because this is not something that they didn't expect to happen. Like even if Derek Carr didn't retire, it sounds like he needed the surgery and he was going to be out for the year anyway.
Right.
Yep,
and then it's like, well, why are we even having this conversation of what the quarterback's going to look like? Because it doesn't even sound like now, reading the tea leaves, that they knew that this was happening and that Derek Carr was not going to be able to be their quarterback this year.
They must have something else planned. I tell you what, some of these teams make you scratch your head, even if they do see it coming and not make a decision.
Yeah.
You look at, again, I allude back to my Steelers, you know, not even have anything defined yet and signed yet with Aaron Carr. Obviously, you got Mason Rudolph. That is not someone who's going to take you very far in the season, let alone postseason. It's not a knock. It's just reality of the history, and the numbers don't lie. So it's going to be an interesting couple months for a lot of teams in the NFL. But again, Derek Carr announced his retirement on Saturday. Like I said, just a solid, seems like a very solid dude. A few texts before we go to break here. Deb from Beatrice. Good morning, Deb. Thanks for being with us this morning. She goes, that is so true. Talking about parents, lost my parents a month apart. Cherish every moment. Deb from Beatrice. Deb, not sure how long ago. Doesn't matter how long ago. Hang in there one day at a time. Our thoughts and prayers with you. I can't imagine 1 month apart. They call that collective grief, and it is rough as far as that goes. Professor Rick, keeping you in our thoughts and prayers too with your mom on the trends that she's going through right now as well. Folks, we love to be real. We love to be fun. We always poke a lot of fun at each other, but also like to talk about real life as well.
How about this one? As a Saints fan, not to switch to football. As a Saints fan, I went down to Kansas City for the Chiefs and Saints Monday Night Football game last year. It was a blast, even though the Saints lost. I will be skipping a Saints game this year. Hello. They got Tyler Shuck at quarterback.
It's going to be interesting, man. New Orleans, man.
I got a question for you, Nick. Have you been to California before?
I have not.
Because I see NFL Network is looking for somebody today. So maybe you could be the next Rich Eisen.
I'm okay. I'm good.
What do you mean?
If it was MLB Network, it'd be a fun.
Nick, you never make the shots you don't take.
That is true. I missed a lot of
Eisen's going back to ESPN. Rich Eisen's going back to ESPN.
Is he really?
Yeah. He's going to work in their direct to consumer part of their brand. So Rich Eisen is leaving NFL Network.
It's a strong brand he's got, man. Folks, we come back fresh from Hickman. Good morning to you. We're going to answer that when we come back because Nick's going to give some analysis. He was there at Hawks Field on Saturday. We'll discuss the Huskers. They did win the series. Obviously, they did win that the weekend, which was needed. We'll discuss that and break it down. Also, where are them ladies going? It was someplace we were just talking about. We'll be right back. It's The Drive, 90% of the ticket.
Keep summer green with Judson Bylene and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street.
Batter up. Join us this summer at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed Salt Dogs games running now through August. Visit saltdogs.com for updates on everything you need to know about weekly promotions, giveaways, and special events. That's where you'll find the latest updates to make sure you catch all the excitement and never miss a homestand you want to attend. Haymarket Park is your ticket to fun all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492. G187747 and G196599.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Attention! Acres is cutting interest rates and offering great deals below market value on the largest selection of used inventory in the nation. For a limited time, Acres is offering interest rates as low as 2.9% on our late model John Deere ag equipment. Acres low interest rates, along with our below market prices on select John Deere used planters, tractors, sprayers, and combines, makes it a great time to upgrade your equipment for the 2025 season. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com. Offer ends May 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Memorial Day is coming up quickly, and you know what that means. Grilling season. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning get you ready for grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website at huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, it is great to be back with you on this beautiful Monday morning, the start of a new week. It is May 12th, and man, we are already sitting dang near at mid-May. This fast. Seemed like we're just talking about May baskets.
Oh, my gosh. That's right.
And here we are.
May 12th.
May 12th already. Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999. Can help you protect your home, your vehicle, your family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Huskers took care of business this weekend. It would have been nice to get a sweep, but beggars cannot be choosy because right now we're definitely begging to get in that doggone Big Ten tournament. It's been a helter-skelter kind of a season, but it was great, Raff and Nick, to see Nebraska win the series over a very good, I can't say very good, but a good Michigan team, Nick.
Yeah, and Raff, I'll let you kind of start because I'm sure I'll have a little bit more comments than you, and that's fine. But go ahead and start with just your thoughts overall on the weekend.
I'd say a success. I mean, yeah, you went in with the mission, like AD said, to sweep, but to get 2 out of 3 and then win in the way that they did on Saturday. I mean, that was incredible. So that was fun. And it looks like from your view of it, I always like hearing your view because your analysis of baseball is amazing. I think you're one of the top people at that. But I really thought that they played a good brand of baseball. I don't think there was as many of the free 90s. It wasn't the errors. And they played, I think, where they can be happy with the weekend that they played. Even yesterday, it was not, bad baseball. So I just think they had a successful weekend from that point of playing a good brand of baseball.
Nick, I'll say this before you dive in deep on this thing. This team, Michigan was 32-19, man. 14-13 in Big Ten. So they almost half and half in that, but that was a good Michigan team they beat. Nebraska played one of the most disciplined weekends I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, you're right, and there was a lot of big question marks going into the weekend. So first off, we'll tease this. We'll let you know we're going to be joined tomorrow morning at 10:30 by Nick Hanley, who does play-by-play for Husker baseball. He's going to come on the show at 10:30 tomorrow and kind of dive deep and give us his perspective on it. Somebody who's been obviously calling every single game for the Huskers this season. But one of the things I'm really excited to talk to Nick about tomorrow is going to be the pitching that we saw from Nebraska. I said this comment last week, and I still stand by it. But I said it where Nebraska's a team where their offense isn't good enough to put up enough runs consistently to where their pitching staff can be what they have been. And what I mean by that is Nebraska's pitching staff has allowed a decent number of runs this season per game, and Nebraska's offense isn't consistent enough, and it might just not be good enough right now to where you can rely on them to put up 7 points a game. The way I would compare and equate it to is like think Scott Frost offense. Forget defense. We're going to put up 50 a game, and we'll just outscore the opponent. That's Nebraska. They just can't do that. And I don't think they want to, right? I think Nebraska and Will Bolt, they want to lean on heavy pitching, strong defensive play, and be able to manufacture runs, and then every now and then get the long ball involved. This weekend, this is where I cannot stress this enough, and we saw it play out perfectly. One of the biggest questions going into the week was Tucker Timmerman being named the starter on Friday night. Will Walsh gets kind of pushed back to the bullpen, gets demoted from his Friday night starting spot, and ends up starting Tuesday against the Creighton Blue Jays, goes a few innings, and then gets pulled eventually. But Tucker Timmerman starts the game on Friday for the Huskers, and he goes 7 strong innings. He goes 7 innings of work, Tucker Timmerman does. This is what Nebraska needs, and this is why Nebraska was in such a good spot time after time last season. Well, it's because you got a really strong performance on Friday night from your starter, and whether it was Brett Sears last year or Tucker Timmerman last Friday. And what does that do, guys? That sets up your bullpen for the rest of the weekend. That sets up guys to be able to say, hey, we need 3 out of you today instead of having to throw them on Friday. Like that, because you could go into the game on Sunday now after you had a great performance from Tyner Horn on Saturday. You could go into Sunday and saying, we have to put everything we have on the table, and every guy is available hypothetically because you didn't need to stress your bullpen. When you need to stress your bullpen on Friday, it sets up a real dicey Saturday. And Tucker Timmerman answered the call. Nebraska wins 2 out of 3 this weekend. Case Sanderson launched that home run ball basically right over my head. It went out of the park. It went into the parking lot in right field. I mean, it was hype. I mean, it was awesome. But also, like, that's what you've needed from Case.
Yeah.
Case has been one of your guys that we looked at the beginning of the year saying, this is somebody that has Major League Baseball potential, draft pick potential after this season. And finally, that was one of the few times this season where he's answered the call and been able to see it. There weren't great performances from top to bottom. You need some guys, I think we learned that Luke Broderick is going to be one of their high leverage guys going into the postseason. Fresh from Hickman made an interesting point earlier, guys, where he was saying about, how about that start from Tucker Timmerman? That Will Walsh decision wasn't made in haste. Now we have a veteran in Walsh ready for the first Big Ten tournament game, as long as they don't fall apart this weekend. I would actually say I think we found the new role for Will Walsh and Tucker Timmerman. I think Tucker Timmerman's probably going to be your game 1 starter. I think Will Walsh is going to see his role go to that bullpen and hopefully in some sort of maybe a longer relief opportunity in the Big Ten tournament. I think we saw that Will Walsh, or rather, Tucker Timmerman is going to be your game 1 starter in the Big Ten tournament.
Nebraska takes on their last regular season games. They go out to West Lafayette. They play Purdue, a Purdue team that's 30-21 on the year, a Purdue team that's 10-17 in the conference. Nebraska needs to keep winning, Nick and Raff. They need to keep getting things done. Nick, Rick and Raff, where do we stand currently right now? I know we're on the cusp. We're still at 11 right now.
Ninth place.
What's that?
9th place right now.
9th place.
Yeah, so Nebraska is currently tied for 9th with Rutgers. However, Rutgers this weekend, I don't believe they have a Big Ten series. So their last regular season series, I believe, is against Xavier, if I remember correctly. But either way, Nebraska, they just need to take care of business. Ninth seed is probably where the ceiling is for Nebraska. Don't get discouraged by Purdue's 30-21 record.
No.
They played a really, really light non-conference slate. Then they went to Indiana this week and did not play well against the Hoosiers.
Rutgers has got Maryland this.
Thank you. Rutgers has Maryland.
Yep.
Thank you. So there's a series in there against Xavier, though, I think, or somebody non-con towards the end of the year.
Ryder. They just beat them on the 7th.
So that's who it was.
Yeah, that was Ryder. Yeah.
So either way,
and UConn. That was in April.
Yep. So either way, Nebraska has everything they need in front of them.
They do.
It's just a matter of you need guys to continue to step up. There's a couple of guys in the lineup that you want to see more consistency from. I think Robbie Boland's one of those that kind of had a rough weekend. Riley Silva though stepped up to the dish many times. But ultimately Nebraska's going to win games with starting pitching. And if you can have a guy like Tucker Timmerman or Ty Horn or somebody from that bullpen, Luke Broderick, despite he gave up a home run this weekend, if you can have those guys consistently be able to eat innings, you're going to find that Nebraska is probably right in the thick of it for the Big Ten Conference. I think what's most disappointing about this entire season, though, guys, just looking at it from a big picture standpoint, is you can't blame geography on this season. Like, you can't blame Nebraska being in the middle part of the country. You can't blame the weather being colder. Why? Because guess who's number one in the Big Ten standings? The Iowa Hawkeyes. The Iowa Hawkeyes are your number one team in the Big Ten right now. They hold a 1-game lead over the Oregon Ducks in the standings. And so that's what makes this even more frustrating. But you got to make it to Omaha, and then everybody's got a fighter's chance.
Well, as far as the ladies, again, the men will take on a 3-game series against Purdue this week, and that game starts. The first pitch is on Thursday night at 6 p.m. That would be Big Ten Plus, I believe, Nick, on Thursday night. Of course, we'll hear from Handley tomorrow as well at 10:30 hour. So that's going to be great to get some input from him. The ladies softball team, of course, they dropped that one against UCLA, but the ladies are heading. The show was last night. They find out they are going to the Bayou. I don't know what they want to go out of. $16 million. Tell me what time and which way we want to go. Nebraska right now, can they get to 100 home runs? They got 98 home runs for the season. I'll get into the main part in a second, but they are stuck at 98 right now, which is far away the program record. They are actually 5th in the nation, leading in home runs in the NCAA tournament. You guys, Nebraska finds out for the first time in the last 2 times Nebraska qualified for the big dance, they were going down to Stillwater, Oklahoma. That is now different because they are off to Baton Rouge.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, something.
I'm serious. Nebraska softball, they needed to get out of Stillwater. Like they have had the Oklahoma State bugaboo the last couple of years.
Yes.
Also, the best pitcher for Oklahoma State is former Nebraska Preps star Ruby Malin. So it would have been a whole storyline about how Nebraska versus Nebraska in the circle with Jordy Ball versus Ruby Malin. Now you get to avoid all that. Just go play softball.
Play somewhere else. Raff, they take on champion Big East champion UConn Huskies. Nebraska has not faced UConn since 1990 in softball. And UConn has not been to the NCAA tournament in 24 years, but they are 35-17 coming into this. You guys, they ruled Creighton in the Big East Conference Championship.
I like them already.
Yeah.
Go Huskies.
Huskies. And Creighton had 30 wins this year.
Yeah,
so
Creighton's good.
They beat the smoke off of them. Raff, do you like the matchup with a UConn team with the Kinley? Their Peyton Kinley is their hope. And she is a 2.37 ERA, so she is going to be one. They actually have 2 pitchers with more than 2 wins. Do you like the matchup? It doesn't really matter if we like it or not. That's who they got. What's your thoughts on it, man? The 2 p.m., that'll be the first pitch on Friday. ESPN Plus will carry it as well as the Husker Radio Network. Initial thoughts with UConn, Rafferty?
I mean, I like it. I still think Nebraska is going to be one of the most dangerous teams in the tournament. I like the way they play. I like their resiliency, even against UCLA. I mean, they dug themselves a hole, and I mean, they just missed. I mean, that ball was maybe 2 feet from going over the fence, and that would have completely changed the complexion of that game. So I like where Nebraska's sitting at. I like the way they are as a team. I like the way that the way they play, the way they don't give up. So I think Nebraska's going to be dangerous.
Nick?
I think Nebraska, looking at it from a non-biased view, they're playing like a top 15 team in the country right now. This is not for me to, or it's not to come across as saying that the Nebraska UConn game is a for sure dub, but like when you look at what Nebraska's done this year and why they are 39-13, it's because they don't lose the ones that they're supposed to win.
Yeah.
Like the games that they win, they have, 23 run rule victories this year. They beat the teams that they're supposed to beat in the fashion that they're supposed to beat them. And so, while sure, UConn is an NCAA tournament worthy team and a regional worthy program,
Nebraska on paper is still the favorite, and they should beat them. And so let's just play the hypothetical scenario to where Nebraska beats UConn on Friday or on Thursday, excuse me. Okay, cool. So now you play what we expect to be LSU. Well, then it's a number 10 LSU is what they're ranked in the polls. Nebraska is number 19. However, if you look at ever since their season started, there's been no movement from Nebraska.
Right.
The national pundits, experts, when you talk Husker softball or when you talk college softball, they just don't respect the Big Ten a whole lot. If your name's not UCLA, Nebraska hasn't moved, and all they've done is win. And so it's Nebraska is playing. We said it last week before the Big Ten tournament. Nebraska's playing their best softball when it matters most. It's obvious that one of the things that Nebraska didn't do well and hasn't done well this season is against the top, the creme de la creme competition. Their offense has kind of sputtered a little bit. But once again, if Jordy Ball is in the circle, you have an opportunity in every single game you play, no matter who the opponent is.
Raff and Nick, you just mentioned Jordy Ball. She is such a game changer. I mean, and not only that, put it this way, she's a program changer. She moves the needle, and at times she is the doggone needle.
100%.
And she could be that one that gets Nebraska. I was reading up on this last night. That gets Nebraska out of this 11-year drought for women's softball. They haven't been to the Super Regional since 2014.
Yeah.
Now, because it's a double elimination format, Nebraska going to need to win 3 in Baton Rouge to advance to that Super Regional. So, and most likely that'll take place. At least reading up, it's going to take place in Knoxville, Tennessee, where they would probably face either the Vols or should the Vols make it past Ohio State or North Carolina. But the bottom line is you got to take care of UConn first this week on Thursday. I was talking to Squires and those guys last night. They are heading out, so he's pumped. John is not a big flyer. He doesn't like flying on airplanes. But driving to Baton Rouge, it's kind of a long drive.
I looked it up. It was a 14-and-a-half-hour drive, and I thought, I don't know if it's worth it. Here's what I would say, though, guys. So this feels a lot, this season feels a lot like 2013, where Nebraska softball, and this is not to get people excited, because, let's keep our toes, 10 toes on the ground or whatever the saying is. This feels a lot like 2013. Nebraska Husker softball in 2013, people might remember, they ended up, so this was the team that went to the Women's College World Series. But what I'm getting at is, if I pull up their schedule here really quickly, because I just don't want to misquote, this was a 50-win ball club, Nebraska softball was in 2013, but where they started their regional trip was, let's see, here we go, Big Ten tournament. They hosted the regional. This was the last time Nebraska softball hosted a regional. They were able to knock off Tulsa. They beat Northern Iowa. Then they beat Stanford. In the super regional, though, you'll remember that they went to Oregon and they took 2 of 3 from the Oregon Ducks. And then in the Women's College World Series, they went 0-2, both one-run losses to Washington and Florida. Nobody respected that Nebraska softball team in 2013 from a national level. We did here, obviously, because we were around it. But in terms of national recognition and respect, not many people did. And so in 2013, Nebraska shocked them. They went on the road in that super regional, like I said, as the lower seeded team, and they beat Oregon. That's what I kind of view happening here in the regional, is that this is a team that plays like a top 15 team in the country. If you put them in the SEC, they're hosting a regional because of the strength of schedule and the way it changes there. They're just in the Big Ten Conference that had a good year, but it's tough to compare with the other more prominent baseball and softball conferences in the country. And so therefore you look, like I said, at their lack of movement in the rankings. Nobody ever really wanted to move them up over that 18, 19, 20th mark. And so they're right on the outside looking in of what could have been hosting a regional. You look at the growth that they had from the start of the year when they lost 9-1 to UCLA to how they lost the game last week against the Bruins. Nebraska fans should have confidence in what Nebraska softball can do this week down in Baton Rouge. And like we said, and Raff just mentioned it, imagine if you're LSU. You're a top 10 team. You feel like you have a pretty good chance at advancing to a super regional because you get to host, but then you see What's the hypothetical matchup that could be waiting for us in a couple of days? A two-time national champion, the Big Ten player and pitcher of the year, and then on top of it, multiple players that have over 50 hits on the year, over 50 RBI. There's players on Nebraska's team that currently sits there and says if the season were to end today, they'd set marks and records for highest batting average and highest slugging percentage in program history. This is not your normal top 19 team in the country. This is not your normal 2 seed.
And quite honestly, I think they've been disrespected, to your point, Nick, at times, man, because you know what I'm saying, Raff?
Yeah, use it as fuel.
Use it as fuel.
So I'm excited. Like this is a matchup. This is a week, right? And I think it's easy to get caught up in the Husker baseball stuff and the frustrations there.
Right.
But genuinely, this is going to be a fun week. If Nebraska can take care of business on Thursday against UConn, man, that sets up a fun Friday.
2 p.m. ESPN Plus, and it's also on the Husker Radio Network, folks. Nebraska will take on business and try to end that 11-year drought, but it first starts with the Huskies. Folks, we'll be right back with some history. It's The Drive. We got Raff in H-Town, Huntsville, me and Nick here at the Mothership. 937 Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
Memorial Day is coming up quickly, and you know what that means. Grilling season. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning get you ready for grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website at huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more. Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger, and you can get started now by saving when you join today. We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need, and you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends Friday, May 16th.
See Home Club for details.
Summertime is here. It's time to get to Brown's Shoe Fit for their May sandal sale. From now through May 31st, get $15 off all regular price sandals. Whether it's for hiking, or the lake, or just everyday sandals, Brown's has you covered. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your summer off right with the May sandal sale at Brown's Shoe Fit. just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Why wait for fall? Deer season is here now at Landmark Implement. Through June 2nd, get up to $3,000 off select John Deere compact utility tractors or Gator XUVs, or choose 0% APR financing on the hard-working 4044M, 2 Series, 3D, and 3E compact utility tractors or full-size Gator models. There's never been a better time to get behind the wheel of a Deere. Hurry into Landmark Implement today and take advantage of these offers and experience the Landmark difference.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know, that's just the type of stuff you can do when you're in the studio.
You like that?
I did.
You really think I could do that if I was in studio?
Hey, stage 5, acceptance.
Raff, you could beatbox, man.
No, you can't. Come on.
Raff, just go like this. Just go like this. Let me hear you do it.
He can't even do that. Look at it.
Come on, man. Pucker those cheeks up.
He's trying.
Pucker up that white beard,
Stop
brother.
moving the mouth. Okay, that gets weird. Stop. Okay, we're moving on to history. We're moving. You know, sometimes we forget. And you the three of us talk about this. Sometimes we forget that we're on radio because we can see each other. Obviously, there's this. Just we need to make sure we're tailoring it just to the audio only folks that are listening out there too. So,
Boy, in 2020, COVID-related financial uncertainties throw a major monkey wrench. Plans to start construction of the $155 million football training facility in that June. Well, we know that got taken care of.
Yeah, they got taken care of.
That is no longer an issue. You guys, I was talking to someone just this past weekend about that horrible, dreaded time.
Yeah.
And just how crazy it was. I mean, Nick, think about this. Raff, Nick, they were telling people, and I'm not getting into the politics of this. I'm not going to do it.
No, please do.
But he said, please do.
I'm not on the camera right now. Please go ahead.
There was only one person from a family at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bizarro.
Yeah.
It was
bizarre.
bizarre.
Trust me. I was a freshman in college. I had just gotten acclimated. We had all just gotten acclimated.
You went through one semester.
Went through one quote unquote normal semester. And then we had all gotten acclimated, came back from Christmas break. And it was like spring break happened. And then March was obviously the situation when everything happened. It was like March 19th or 21st.
It was the 20th.
Or 20th, right in the middle. And I just remember I was given a lesson. I was given a lesson at DBAT when this all happened. We got the email that said, hey, no more in-person classes. Everything's moving online. You need to be out of your dorms by the end of the week. And I was like, well, all right, here we go. School's out early. And then it was just kind of like, that was the rest of my college career, was all online.
So when you seen that email, did you think it was a joke at first?
Well, no, because we had like, there was preparation and there was stuff going on where it was like, we would hear every other day, they had that, what was like the one in between the sororities that was like the infected house. I mean, it was strange. It was bizarre times. Like it was, if you tested positive for COVID, you had to go to like this infected house and nobody heard from you for like a week. I mean, it was kind of sketchy.
She gone.
I'm gonna be honest, it was a little weird. And now they tore that house down. So it's like, well, yeah. So anyway, that was crazy. Is when you had to go. Even though I was taking all online classes the rest of my college career, because I ended up getting the job here, and I had the job with KLK and TV, the ABC affiliate and stuff. Like, even though I was taking them all online, good morning to you, sir. It was like this whole thing. He just stares.
He just stares at us and looks at us.
But either way,
in the Raff Roadies t-shirt.
Yeah, he has the same facial expression. Either way, it was like we had to do the drive-through testing. It was like you had to do the drive-through testing, or else you got sent to like the infected area. And so it was like every Monday morning, even though I was online, I would drive down to the stadium. It was the East Stadium parking lot, and you'd sit in your car, you'd spit in the tube, and you'd give it back to them, and then you'd be just checking your app for about 3 hours later to see if you had to report that you were positive or negative. And thankfully, never tested positive. But either way, I mean, whatever. And that was what we had to deal with every single week.
I remember the boys, because they were both Aiden lived on campus, but it wasn't that greenhouse, that historical marker.
Oh yeah.
It's on the university, but the university doesn't own it. He was able to stay in his, but Keenan had to move back home because he was in the frat house. But I think it was Nia's senior year, I believe. Senior year, junior year. It was just a crazy time, man. It was a crazy time.
It was bizarre. And like the whole that's where I look back, and they gave us like we're not going to get into the money side of it because I'm a little frustrated still to this day about it. But it's just
Believe me.
It sucks because everybody talks about this like college experience, and like you pay for this college experience. And even though I was sitting at home doing classes there, and we can sit here and act like all the students and all the professors and everything was like everybody was just as dialed in as possible.
No, they weren't.
They weren't.
No.
And so it was a bizarre 2.5, 3 years. And then you go by and you blink and you blink and you're like, well, all right, here I am graduating. And I look back and I got all this money that I spent for a laptop essentially. And
thankfully you got some top-notch bowl games while you were in school.
That is very true. That is very true.
That is true.
Yeah, the 17th, if we go to I remember the 17th, I first got a call for cancellation of engagements. My agent out in Cali goes, AD, we'll be back in 2 weeks, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But then more and more call. I mean, that thing hit, well, not just me, everybody. Well, I can say everyone, but a lot of people. I mean, that thing hit me hard financially, man. I mean, there was no conferences. There were no meetings in conference rooms and hotels and arenas. And Raff, you remember when I went to St. Louis, bro, and I did that one down there in the old facility? They had it the way they even had people were like every 3 chairs apart, every other table apart. I had to wear a mask until I got to the stage to speak.
Yeah.
It was just I'm just going to say this. Thank God we're done with that. IQ crew. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's just crazy. Like I will never forget. Like there was like so what was it? Middle of March, late March that everything shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, all right, we're going to cancel classes for a week or whatever it was so that everybody can get the software on their computers that they need to, right? Like everybody has time, and they just expected all students to just be able to figure it out on their own, not figure it out on their own because they sent out documents after document. But it was like this thing of, okay, here we go. This is what everything you need. You need zoom.us or whatever, because it was like the initial release of Zoom. And so you had to download all this software on our computers and all this. And then guess what? Somebody, whether it was the professor, whether it was students, whether it was somebody in your group, like they wouldn't have what they needed, not on purpose, just unintentionally. This is what happened. There'd be mistakes or steps that were skipped over. And you would email the professor and be like, look, we can't get this assignment done because of technical issues, because of schedules, because this person tested positive and they're not being responsive right now or whatever. And the professor just kind of had to sit there. Like, I felt bad for the professors because they just had to sit there and be like, all right, no worries. It's good. The farther we get away from it, the more I just recognize how absolutely insane it was as you go through. And as myself, it was my freshman year. We just got acclimated from like, okay, you're on your own, like time management, accountability, college, you're on your own for the first semester. You finally get acclimated. You come back from Christmas break in February at the time. And then it's like, you have a month of normalcy. And then it's like, okay, here we go. Adjustment period again. And nobody really firmly adjusted. And it was just, it's a wild, wild time.
Yeah, it's better times for sure, man. That was for sure. Better times. IQ Crew mentioned the grocery store where they had the directional arrows. He goes, I was a rebel and walked down the wrong way anyway. Raff, what do you got, my man?
Yeah, I'm still thinking back to all the fun COVID days.
I know, right?
I love my favorite was the restaurants. So when you were standing up, walking into the restaurant, you had to wear your mask. But then when you sat down at your table, you could take your mask off. I was just, what's going on?
Don't get it twisted. People's best part of the stuff was never forget when they made it legal to be able to take alcoholic beverages to go. They were like, hey,
yep,
look,
curbside.
Curbside. We'll bring it out to your car. Just don't open that lid in your vehicle. Don't take a drink.
My protein.
Don't take a sip.
Raff, you went to Vegas during COVID, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I went to Vegas during COVID. That was an adventure in itself too.
Was it discounted flights or something? What was going on?
Well, this was the best. So if you're at the swimming pool, and if you were standing outside on the outside of the swimming pool, you had to wear your mask. But if you're in the swimming pool and your feet were touching the bottom of the pool, you could take your mask. You didn't have to wear a mask. But if you were sitting on the side with your legs hanging in the pool, you had to wear a mask because your feet had to touch the.
Oh my goodness!
And they took it serious. Those lifeguards were blowing their whistles left and right. Put your mask on. You're not touching the floor. Oh man, it was wild.
Bizarre is like there were so many. This could be the last thing that we can move on because maybe we're getting a little dicey, which I don't think so. I think it's fine. But either way, there were so many little intricacies with rules and things like that it was hard to keep track.
Yeah,
it was hard to keep track. And so like there were little intricacies of like, okay, what do we want? What am I supposed to do so that I'm following all the rules, so that I'm in accordance with all the CDC stuff? Like it was a bizarre time. And hey, but you know what? I say this because of COVID. I got the job with ABC. If there was no COVID, they would never call me up and been like, hey, Nick, we need you to broadcast games because people can't go to the stadiums. And then I would have never gotten the internship here. So, it's like things happen.
There's silver linings.
Yeah, there's silver linings. And you try to look at things with a half glass full. Somebody did ask if I still have my bug collection. Bill and Bennett, absolutely not. I donated that. The day that I turned that in, I looked at the professor and Nuri Newely and Miles Farmer were sitting next to me. So it was in this bug class. It was Javen Wright, Nuri Newely, Miles Farmer, myself sitting at a table. And I looked at them and I said, guys, because we were all looking for bugs together, the four of us. And I said, I don't know about you guys, but I'm donating this to the class. And so hopefully they still use it as like an example when they show, maybe it's the, hey kids, don't do this. Don't make it look like this.
You're either the warning or the example.
Yeah, right. Hey, this is what happens if you get an F. This is why. It's because it looks like this. But no, I donated that to the entomology department real quick.
I love it. I love it. Rafferty, what you got, my man?
I just got 2 birthdays today. They would have been celebrating their 100th birthday today. Yogi Berra, It Ain't Over Till It's Over, the man of a million quotes. And then turning 50 years old today, no longer with us either, but in my mind, the greatest Nebraska I-back in the history of Nebraska football, Lawrence Phillips, would have turned 50 years old today.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. LPZ. amazing gift. That's for sure. He was something, man. Rest in peace, brother. Folks, we've got a lot more to discuss. Oh, how Oscar says my rule during this was if I had to wear a mask, I didn't go there.
It's 10:15.
It's 10:15, man. It's 10:15. Well, folks, we want you to think about this real quick. What athlete, we're going to talk MLB as well, but what athlete is, in your opinion, the figurehead of that state? What athlete is the figurehead of that state? It could be pro football, pro basketball, pro baseball. It could be hockey. Think about your favorite state, your favorite team, and who would be that figurehead that represents them all. So we'll discuss that, MLB as well. We'll be back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Although we can't control the air we breathe outside our home, we can make a healthy difference inside, and all it takes is a call to Bryant. With healthy air options, Bryant can help you eliminate allergens, odors, and harmful chemicals, all while controlling indoor humidity levels at the same time. If it's time for a breath of fresh air inside, it's time to call Bryant. Breathe easy, breathe healthy. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Are you looking for a place to relax and unwind after a long week? Grotto Bar and Lounge is the perfect spot to enjoy a full menu and in-house DJs on Friday and Saturday nights. If you're wanting to start your Saturday or Sunday off the right way, stop by for brunch starting at 9 a.m. Don't forget, Grotto offers a full catering service as well for those graduation parties, birthday celebrations, and weekend family get-togethers. Give Grotto Bar and Lounge a call today at 402-261-3019 or visit them in person at 70th and A in the Clock Tower Shopping Center.
Are you buying a home? Westgate Bank understands that you need to make important decisions during your home buying journey. Our local lenders in Lincoln and Omaha make themselves available so you can get the information you need to know. Use our mobile mortgage app to manage your transaction from pre-qualification to closing, no matter where you are. Get the service and convenience you want from a local community bank where our interest is you. Learn more and visit us online at westgate.bank. Westgate Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Play ball! Ready for summer fun and ballpark vibes? Bring your pack to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. From May through August, the Lincoln Salt Dogs will be playing and the park will be popping with all the food, drinks, and fun you need for the perfect night out. Grab your friends, family, and coworkers and make plans now. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets. Come on out to the park and unleash the fun.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger, and you can get started now by saving when you join today. We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need, and you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends Friday, May 16th.
See Home Club for details.
Attention! Acres is cutting interest rates and offering great deals below market value on the largest selection of used inventory in the nation. For a limited time, Acres is offering interest rates as low as 2.9% on our late model John Deere ag equipment. Acres low interest rates, along with our below market prices on select John Deere used planters, tractors, sprayers, and combines, makes it a great time to upgrade your equipment for the 2025 season. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com. Offer ends May 31st, 2025. Subject to proof financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at copplecars.com. Stock numbers G121492. G1877747 and G1965999.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see lots of sunshine with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 87. Tonight, clear skies and light winds, a low near 58. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 91. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Right, folks, we are back. 10 o'clock segment actually started at 10:23. No problem. We start talking and going down memory lane of craziness. It happens at times. Nick.
Yeah. Guys, Raff, we forgot to mention a massive part of Husker baseball's weekend. A massive part. The best spectacle of the entire weekend was watching Tracy Smith, the Michigan baseball manager, after he got ejected, have to walk all the way out to left field, essentially, and text line 402-464-5685. Let me know if you guys were there on Saturday and saw this. But he gets ejected after they ruled after replay review. So Hogan Helixo, the former Creighton Blue Jay, hits a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th inning. And with this, it looked like it barely curled around the foul pole. I mean, it was very close out to left field. And Nebraska ends up going up 2-1 at that time. And Tracy Smith, who we know to be a little more animated, he used to coach at Indiana. He spent some time in other conferences before coming back to the Big Ten and going to Michigan. We know he's animated. The best part is that after replay review, the umpires signal it to be a home run. and they confirm the call on the field that it's a home run. Tracy Smith darts out of the Michigan dugout on the first base side and basically lets the umpires hear it all. And time again, he's pointing and he's fired up and he's, I'm sure, giving them some colorful language. And I was telling AD during the break, you know,
he said, "Gosh darn it!"
Yeah, right. You know, he said, "Please." You know, when a coach is about to get tossed, or there's a chance that he could get tossed, when the umpires start to walk away, and the coach has this decision to make. This is where he has to make the choice.
Make a business decision.
Do I want to walk away with them and go our separate ways, or do I want to double down and keep following them? And he took one step back to the dugout, and we thought, okay, it's not going to happen. Darn, that's too bad. But then something must have been said, because he darts right back to that home plate umpire and starts giving him another earful. And so then eventually the umpires toss him out of the game. Well, they can't continue the game until he leaves the stadium, until he leaves the playing field. Well, the best part is, so he's in the dugout. He has to go back to the dugout to get all of his stuff. He picks up his stuff, talks to his assistants real quick. Everybody's just waiting for play to start. There's just music in the background going on. And there's Tracy Smith, has to walk all the way around the field. And so if you know the layout of Hawks Field, there's seats there's a stairwell on the far side of the third base berm that takes you up to the concourse. Close, it takes you in the direction of the Alex Gordon training complex and so on and so forth. Well, that's where Tracy Smith has to walk. He has to walk past all of the people that are sitting in the berm. He has to walk past the Husker dugout down the third baseline, all the people that are sitting in the berm, and there's a Husker member, a staff member, that escorts him, opens up the gate by the berm, takes him up the stairs. Tracy Smith, instead of continuing to walk, he stops halfway up the stairs and starts jawing at the Husker bullpen. And they're jawing back and forth with the Husker pitchers that are in the bullpen to Tracy Smith. And then he walks up, and they have to hold the people back from standing so that Tracy Smith can walk all the way back to the visitors clubhouse. That's way out on the concourse in left field of Haymarket Park. That is the best part that nobody's talking about, is that this coach has to walk 500 yards away.
Shame.
Yeah, it's a walk of shame for Tracy Smith. That man had to walk 500 yards to the visitors clubhouse while we're just all waiting to continue playing baseball.
Hey, Raff, Eric says, good morning, Eric. Raff, do you think he shouted at AD, "Dadgummit"?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. That surprises me. I always thought they had a clubhouse opening underneath the dugouts there. Do they just have them under the home one, or?
So it's not even under the home one. It's the home dugout is basically it's right before the berm. So there's a walkway down to the home clubhouse that the Salt Dogs and the Huskers use that's underneath. But then the visitors, like I said, is up on the left field concourse. And that man had to walk past all these kids. You had these young kids that were holding out their hands. They were holding out their hands for a high five, trying to high five the Michigan manager. And he's just not having any of it because his team just went down 2-1. He's, like I said, he stood there halfway up.
Kid.
And it wasn't a security guard that was escorting. It was like a grounds crew member that was escorting him to the visitors clubhouse. And he just stops halfway up the stairs on the berm and starts jawing to the Huskers bullpen. And it's like, dude, just get out of the field. We want to play. Oh my gosh, it was incredible.
Hey,
it was so funny.
Bill and Bennett said the radio call for that was hilarious. We gotta find that, man.
Hey, that man, it's just so now to move to a serious point. Nebraska Haymarket Park, that's why they need some renovations. It's a ballpark that opened almost 25 years ago, right? It was it 01 when they opened up? So I mean, we're talking 24 years old. It's as old as I am. And so I posted a photo Saturday that had the caption of this fan base deserves for this place to host a regional, because from a spectator standpoint, it is one of the greatest places to watch a ball game. As somebody that's been down to Baumwalker in Arkansas and been to Stillwater for the regional last year, I kind of have an idea of what it takes to be able to host a regional from a spectacle and a visual standpoint. Haymarket Park and Hawks Field has that. However, from a layout standpoint, things like that
time to upgrade
are things that need to change just a little bit, where build out a visitors clubhouse, build out, and Will Bolt's talked about this. However, you need to have the consistent success. And so Nebraska needs to find it's important for Nebraska to have a regional and host a regional from a success standpoint, for a staff standpoint, and recruiting. But the facilities are good. But if they want to compete with SEC Big 12 type of universities, they need to start winning consistently and piggybacking on some of these really good years so that they can have that and make some updates to Hawks Field.
Rafi, did you see this is unknown texter? I actually put this in our group text. 02220 says, on Saturday, the craziest thing was a flying bat that almost hit us. So, Nick, you must have been close.
Well, that thing, so I was out in the Pepsi porch, and all of a sudden, you can see the Pepsi porch, I will say, is probably the greatest seat there because you're out in right field. You can jog back and forth. We were getting into it with the right fielder from Michigan.
So that was opposite of you.
It was opposite of us.
Because I went to the left.
The worst part of when a bat flies into the stands is like you can't do anything. You can't do anything about it. That thing of metal or aluminum or composite is sitting there, and it's just flinging like a lightsaber in the sky. And it's like you can't do anything about it. So you're just waiting for it to land, hoping and praying that it doesn't hit you. I mean, that thing landed all the way up in the 200 in the top of the 100 level. And everybody was cheering for them to keep it.
Yeah.
But then the security guards had to go up there and be party poopers and take the bat and all this. But it was a good time. So, we buried the lead in the first segment or the first conversation with Husker baseball in that the best thing that I saw this weekend was the walk of shame that Tracy Smith, the Michigan manager, had to take from his dugout on the first base side all the way around, up the berm stairs, up on the concourse. You could have just been walking up on the concourse and been like, hey, Tracy, how's it going, man? How you feeling? I mean, it's incredible.
Raff, do you think he said anything to the kids?
That was the perfect setting right there for a Mean Joe Green commercial. If one of the kids would have came over with his Pepsi and said, here you go, coach. Would you like my Pepsi?
Hey, you got any rum in that, kid?
Hey, Tracy, the concession stands are this way. The concession stands are this way, Tracy.
Gonna need something a little stronger than that, kid.
yeah. It's too bad they don't have the bouncy. It's too bad. So the Salt Dogs, they usually have the bouncy houses that are set up in left field out there. It would have been incredible if just a kid was like, hey, coach, you want to hop on the bouncy house?
You got time.
Coach, let's go on the slide. Come on. He would have been wearing metal cleats, popped that sucker. Just been whole entire bouncy house and left field is blown up. No, it was good though. It's just that was something that we didn't get to talk about a whole lot. And it was. I need to watch the video, and hopefully, sometimes like the TV networks will cut that stuff out. But I know the people in front of us from right field was they were videotaping it on their phone. If you know anybody that's got the video,
send it
please
in to
send
us.
it to us.
I want to see it.
I'm going to go and try to track it down on Big Ten Plus. But sometimes like the TV broadcast, they don't show that because they don't think it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh, that's comedy.
This manager is just walking his way up after he got tossed. He's got to walk past the umpires. He's got to walk past Nebraska's bench. He's got to walk past all of the fans that are sitting down on the home side. And then just these little kids that are in the berm trying to get high fives. He just denies them time and time.
So,
again.
here's another question, Nick. So is there any way, like when he's in the locker room, I would assume there's no monitors in the visitors locker room.
I'm sure he's got TVs.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's
Are there
TVs.
monitors in the visitors locker room?
Yeah. There's got to be TVs.
You think he grabbed some popcorn before he went in?
I would hope so. The best part is just like this grounds crew member is just like, well, I got to go take him up to the visitors clubhouse now. So let me just hop out of here. And he's like escorting him up there. The yellow jackets, the security guards in the yellow jackets are there. They're trying to block off the concourse, and just the mom of three with a stroller is just walking across Tracy Smith's way, gets in the way. It's just funny. It was awesome. I love watching coaches get tossed, man. It's one of the things that brings me joy consistently.
Especially when it's not your
especially when it's not our coach. Yeah. But no, it's good. So that was one of the best things to happen this weekend.
It was a good weekend for baseball and softball as well. Yeah, well, you got to wave at the little girl, Nick. Oh, there she goes. There's a swim fan out there. Love it. Love to wave to our listeners. You know, the brother that walked by gave me the nod. He gave us the nod.
Yeah.
We got to work on that other fellow, though, Raff. He just walks by, just kind of just stammers along like that, and he's got a lung dart right
Oh,
there.
well, he didn't have a cigarette in his mouth
No,
this
this time he
morning.
didn't. Usually it's dangling.
Yeah.
Very talented.
Holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
All right. I'm coming back on Thursday. I'm going to work on that guy.
Raph,
Well,
you know what you gotta do, Raph?
pause.
Give him a T-shirt. Just
Thursday. Just walk out and give him one.
Yeah, just give him a Raph's roadie.
He'll be the guy though that hopefully he doesn't listen, but he'll be the guy be like, "You gave me an extra large. I'm a large. How dare you disrespect me?" Nah, I feel like he tapes that cigarette off of his lips because he doesn't have to hold on to it. I mean, that thing's barely in there.
He's done it when it was like sub-zero. He's done it when it's 90 degrees.
He's been out there in his Carhartt jacket.
When it's windy, the cigarette's not moving. That's
a source of warmth in the winter.
Hey, I would tell you, man, in the South, everybody in the South, not everybody, but a lot of people got that uncle that could talk with a square on his lip. Oh, what about that boy? The way they got that right there, boy.
Yeah,
That
right?
make a face that comparator right there, boy. And the cigarette is still just dangling on the lip.
You either got some super dry lips, you got to moisturize a little bit, and that thing's just the friction is just holding on for dear life there, Raffy.
Hey, Raff. Shemaya, what's up? Shemaya says earlier, haha, Raff with the Hawaiian tropic oil out there. Raff, that's what it's about.
No, it's just bad lighting.
Raff, you are getting kind of golden though, man. What's up with that?
It's my daily cigar ritual out on the deck. However, unfortunately, it rains here every day, so I don't see much of the sun anymore.
I'm not talking.
Nick was about Nick's eyebrows. Nick, Raff, when you said daily cigar, Nick's eyebrows went up. You know what Nick's eyebrows go up? He's about to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I was going to say something. I was waiting for it.
I need to be careful. I need to stop that because I'm developing a little bit of a wrinkle on the forehead. I gotta stop that because developing the wrinkle a little bit, and here we are. Somebody earlier, Eric, I think it was. Eric is always just a breath of fresh air. He's always kinder than crap. I always appreciate Eric's input. He says, "Quit reminding us of your age, Nick. It makes us olds feel bad."
Oh,
don't. But I gotta watch these wrinkles. There's one foreman here. I gotta keep this.
Dave Renew says that you can't talk about lightsabers if you've never seen Star Wars.
Okay,
there's a point with that.
That's fine.
Folks, we come back. There was some NBA, and we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that state thing, too. We might leave that for later this week.
Speaking of breath of fresh air, David.
Yeah. He's going to get beat down, Ralph.
Breath of stinky air.
He's going to renew your face.
Speaking of renew, we should talk about them when we come back.
We'll be back, folks.
Go Hog Wild Pet Barbecue. It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com. But don't be late, we close at 8.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Play ball!
Ready for summer fun and ballpark vibes? Bring your pack to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. From May through August, the Lincoln Salt Dogs will be playing and the park will be popping with all the food, drinks, and fun you need for the perfect night out. Grab your friends, family, and coworkers and make plans now. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets. Come on out to the park and unleash the fun.
It pays to participate in LES Peak Rewards. You can earn a $25 gift card when you enroll your qualified smart thermostat in the program. Help curb electric demand and sign up today at les.com/peak rewards.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hey, I like your new car.
Thanks.
Could you stop at this coffee shop? I need a cup of joe.
Press that little red button.
Hey, an entire coffee machine just came out of your dashboard.
Yep.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska Lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Oh, that coffee is a little strong.
Press the blue button.
What's that?
Cream dispenser.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
And cut up swim now.
Don't talk about it. I'm telling you guys,
cut up, man.
Jake gets mad. I can't talk about it. So our good friend of Starter Heyman Jewelers, Rick Heyman, is here. He's standing behind me on the stream, but he's here, and it's always good to see Rick. But I had to apologize because last week when I was filling in on early break, I cut him off on accident. And I said, Rick, I apologize. I cut you off. He's like, no, it's okay. You look good though. He's like, swim. You're starting to slim down. And I said, oh, don't say it. Jake's gonna get mad. And sure enough, Jake gave us the old eye roll. Jake rolled his eyes when he gave me a compliment. But that's what I will say. Jake gets mad, so we can't talk about it. This segment brought to you by our friends at Renew. Real good friends at Renew. Call or text Nate, Eric, or David at 402-833-3776. 3858, or you can visit Renew online at renewyourauto.com. Raff, what do they do best?
Everything.
They do. From body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray in bed liners, paintless dent repair, rust proofing and undercoating. Make sure you give Nate, Eric, or David a text or a call today, 402-833-3858, or you can learn more online at renewyourauto.com and see what Renew can do for you. Guys, I will say this. So we have a very active group chat that involves David from Renew, our good friend. And here's the thing is each weekend we see pictures of his deck, of his outdoor area.
It's beautiful, man.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
It's glorious.
I love it.
And we've been hearing ever since September of 2024 how we were going to be able to get over there for football. We were going to get over there for grilling season.
Nick is just cruising for a bruiser, man.
I'm starting to get a little annoyed, David.
He's at you.
Yeah, maybe.
Details.
Oh, man.
Gonna do? He's not even gonna announce when he's gonna be up here. You're just gonna open the door and he's gonna just catch you right in the jaw.
I hope so, because I always greet David with a smile. David is always greeted with a smile. Anyway,
I don't think I'll even be able to read the text he's about to send in our group chat.
Oh boy.
No, I hope so. But no, David, it's always a pleasure to talk to you over virtual messaging rather than face to face.
Your health is better than he does via text too.
Potentially, yeah, because David's lost over 50 pounds, guys.
Yeah, he's killing it.
David's lost over 50 pounds. It's incredible. He's down under I should say well under 300 pounds. I mean, the man is just a machine right now. He's been really, really good at it. And all jokes aside, we love to joke around, but man, David is doing awesome.
He's killing it.
He's doing awesome.
You know,
Not stopping.
And what he's doing too, anybody that gets involved with that, I mean, he's changing his life.
100%.
In every aspect of the way to lose that type of weight. I mean, he's changing his life. So Dave, big shout out to you, man.
The consistency, doing awesome.
That's what's at.
But make sure you give them a call or a text or visit them online, renewyourauto.com, and see what Renew can do for you.
Folks, on Friday night, we'll do a recap real quick on Friday night. We'll catch up with the weekend's games. But on Friday night, the Celtics take care of the Knicks. They finally get the lead back 2-1. They beat the Knicks 115-93. The Timberwolves take care of Golden State on Friday night, 102-97, still without a Curry in the game. On yesterday, some horrible games. At least the second one was. OKC Thunder took out the Nuggets. That is 2-2. Raff, who do you see winning that series? That series is intriguing to me between the Nuggets and your once adopted OKC Thunder.
Man, that's a tough one. I've kind of caught myself rooting for the Nuggets a little bit. I know it's my OKC team. You can't think that Jokic is going to continue to struggle so much shooting the ball. I think if he starts putting the ball in the basket, I think it's the Nuggets for the taking. But I'm still going to lean with my boy SGA. I'm going SGA. I'm hanging in there with them. I'm trying.
Had a hangnail, Nick. Did it seriously hit you in the eye?
No, but Raff, this man's trimming his fingernails in the studio while we're on air. You hear that little
Raff, you know we got to hang one. It literally kept stabbing me. I'm like, I got to cut this thing right now. I'm just, when you get old like me, those things bother me.
Don't blame it on age.
No, I'm just,
this is the problem with the old.
Oh no.
With
you people?
no.
When you old people?
I said,
what was you gonna say?
I said.
Hey, Raff, what were you gonna say?
Let me say. I said this is the problem with
your words carefully.
The old.
That's the problem with you old people, is what he was going to say.
That's what I was going to say.
That's
it's
just
because you always use the age as a cop out.
No, it's not a cop out. It's a fact.
Oh boy,
you know what's the fact? I'm about to stomp you in your chest after the show.
Bring it on! Bring it on! No, but in all seriousness, you don't use age as a cop out.
When I've noticed since Nick's got his 6-pack, he wants to fight everybody now.
I wore no shirt in public this weekend.
I was kind of noticing that, Raff. He's walking around with no shirt on anymore. You know, I mean, it's not even swimming anymore. No, call me Olympic-sized pool now. I mean, he's changed all up, man.
Gold medal on, no shirt, gold medal.
Yeah. Well, that series is tied up. OKC and Raff, I agree with you. I don't think Jokic's going to be cold that much longer. But even with him cold, they're still sniffing around. They won't lose that game by 5. But OKC Thunder tied that up 2-2. Also on yesterday, the game that was absolutely horrible last night was the Cavs and Pacers. That game at one point was a 41-point lead. I literally just put it on mute, was sitting on the deck. I said, I'm not even paying attention to this anymore. This is terrible. And that was like middle of third quarter. They were down 41 points. So that game was atrocious. The Pacers ended up taking a 3-1 lead. Raff, are the Cavaliers done? They're down 3-1. They got absolutely destroyed last night. I mean, it was like there was no. It's almost like Cleveland didn't even show up for the game. They're down 3-1, bro. Do you see Cleveland even making this a series?
No, they're done. I think Donovan Mitchell's also nursing an ankle injury too. The coach kind of played that he didn't know anything at the press conference last night, but I think it's Indiana's for the taking. So Halliburton will be in the Eastern Finals.
Yeah, I just this is what Coach Kenny Atkinson said. He goes, complete domination by them. Atkinson said, we briefly, before explaining, at least the Cavs have 2 of the final 3 games on their home court, which is true. But they got dominated every time of it, man. Indiana wasted no time. They took control. They had runs of 11-2, 13-0. Dude, they were up 48-23 with 9:24 left in the first half. They were up 25 freaking points going into halftime, and that game was done. You know, I mean, when you're up that many points in any game, in particular the pros, most pro teams are not allowing you to come back from 25 points. Well, I guess if you're the Boston Celtics, I'm sorry, Jake had to throw that in. He's probably not listening.
Wow.
Celtics, you come back to back from 20. But Raff, you just think all life is done for Cleveland at this point, even with those games back in Cleveland?
Yep, I think it's Indiana's for the taking. So I'm rolling with Indiana.
Well, nice. Tonight's games is going to be another good one. You got the Knicks versus Boston tonight. That is going to be a heck of a game. I will say this. If New York loses tonight, the cheeks, they're going to be puckered up.
Sphincter muscle?
Yeah, the pressure will be on. Because like you said, Boston's been here before. Boston's been down 0-3 before. Yeah. So I seriously think this is a must win for New York, Raff.
Yeah.
Even though they're leading the series 2-1, but when you go up 2-0, the way they did, and then you come back home and get shellacked. Now, granted, you return to the favor, but do you think New York psychologically, mentally, mature-wise, Raff, have enough to contend going there and winning 2-0 and then lose and dropping 2 at the house? Do you think New York is a must-win for them tonight?
Yes, definitely. I think if they don't win tonight, I think it's Boston series for the taking, because you look at it, Boston is the champion. So you got to roll with Boston, especially if they get a win tonight.
The late game is Minnesota Timberwolves and the Warriors. No Seth Curry as of right now. In fact, they're thinking maybe not even in the series. The dude can barely even shoot stationary right now. I think for all dues and purposes, Curry is definitely out for this. The Timberwolves kind of had their way with the Golden State last time.
Yep.
I don't see Golden State winning this game tonight.
I would agree. I think you have to go Minnesota. I think also on top of that all, you now have this outside drama storyline with Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the gym this morning, and what did they have on the TV? It was how the people on ESPN or whatever you want to call it was talking about how Draymond Green spoke out once again yesterday about how the NBA has this agenda against him, and so it's just creating this issue, this unnecessary storyline that's just not needed in the NBA playoffs, especially when you're already down your star player. Guys, while we are very passionate about the NBA, should just mention Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah,
he is open to exploring locations and teams outside of Milwaukee. So this is where I tell you, Giannis Antetokounmpo, welcome to the Chicago Bulls. Here we go. Okay. So with that being said, it is time for us to go to break.
We're going to a break, folks. And I'm gonna say this real about Draymond. I love Draymond Green.
Yeah,
I hate the extra stuff because you don't have to. It's like,
no,
dude, we need you right now.
It's unnecessary.
It's totally unnecessary, man, because they need that. I love the way he hustles. Just like Draymond. Come on, bro.
I am all for using your platform to speak out against social injustice, all that, this, that, and the other. Right? We know that. All about it, right? But do it in a purposeful and productive way that doesn't hinder your team. And unfortunately, because of your 1,000 technical fouls that you've received over the last 10 games and the storylines that you've created outside of it, now it's creating more of a distraction than using it for productivity after the season is over. Absolutely. When you can have an actual conversation.
It's ridiculous, man. Before we go to break, Shemai, what's up, man? He's laughing. He goes, I might, talking about Raff here in the Hawaiian tropic, I might need to get out on the deck to work on my tan then. If you guys don't follow Shemaya on Instagram, dude, you're going to be hungry. Because Shemaya, it's called Meat Prayers. Meat Prayers. Okay. I mean, and the food Raff, have you seen some of his posts, man?
Yep.
I mean, you just salivate when you're looking at it. So I'm almost have to just not look at his late at night in particular, about 8:30, whatever time it is, because you're going to be hungry right away. Shemai, keep throwing it down, man. But definitely, if you're not following Meat Prayers and you like food and you're you're just a connoisseur of food and cooking, you definitely want to follow Meat Prayers. Folks, we'll be right back with the RGT, the AD Attitude Adjustment on this wonderful Monday. Be right back.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Are you buying a home? Westgate Bank understands that you need to make important decisions during your home buying journey. Our local lenders in Lincoln and Omaha make themselves available so you can get the information you need to know. Use our mobile mortgage app to manage your transaction from pre-qualification to closing, no matter where you are. Get the service and convenience you want from a local community bank where our interest is you. Learn more and visit us online at westgate.bank. Westgate Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hey, I like your new car.
Thanks.
Could you stop at this coffee shop? I need a cup of joe.
Press that little red button.
Hey, an entire coffee machine just came out of your dashboard.
Yep.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Oh, that coffee is a little strong.
Press the blue button.
What's that?
Cream dispenser.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
In dealing with the high interest rates, it's very important that you get as much bang for the buck. And that's what our Remington Homes is all about.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com. Pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, whether you want painted trim or other upgrades. Those are all options with our Remington Homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for hosting? Führer's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and the close to a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you consider throwing a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back for the last segment. It's been a great Monday. It's been a fast Monday. And hopefully yours has been as well. Nick and Raff, I think I'm going to stay outside today. I got meetings all afternoon, so that's
Yeah.
not going to happen. But
You guys want to hear something interesting? It actually it goes in line with that softball conversation we were having earlier, is that D1 softball just put out basically who they think has the toughest road to the super regionals. The LSU Tigers.
Yeah.
They said which host site has the toughest road to the super regionals, and they said the LSU Tigers. Why?
Go Tigers.
Jordy Ball.
Jordy Ball.
They specific. So it is a well-known fact and a little bit of national recognition now finally for the Nebraska Cornhusker softball team, as D1 softball, essentially the spinoff of D1 baseball. They wrote an article about an hour and a half ago that mentioned that LSU, in their opinion, has the toughest road to the super regionals.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm pumped to see this. Like I said, Nebraska again, the Big Ten Plus. It'll be on 2 p.m. on Thursday. They're down in Baton Rouge, so that is going to be must see television or listen to it on the radio. Again, the Husker Network will have that broadcasted, so I cannot wait until Thursday. Big safe travels to all the teams that are going there, to our Lady Huskers, of course. Rafferty, I tell you what, man, we're going to be heading out the door here very quickly, but tell us about Doors.
All right. Well, we're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Folks, the 80 attitude adjustment today is this: in a world that pushes hustle and all costs, everybody's talking about, grind all the time, etc. Pausing is powerful, folks. It's not quitting. It's not it's catching your breath, refocusing, and returning with a stronger attitude. Make time to pause this week. Your mind, your body, and purpose. It will thank you. Raff, take us home, my man.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Be nice to each other, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Authentic Mexican food is not always easy to find, but you can find it in Lincoln at Tacos Los Hermanos. Their birria tacos are worth the drive from anywhere in town, but their chicken, chorizo, al pastor, and asada tacos are also worth the trip. You can also try any of those meats in a burrito or quesadilla. You won't find a better toppings bar in the area or better dessert options. If you can't get there, don't worry, they do deliver as well. Stop by Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock Streets in Lincoln.
Hey, I like your new car.
Thanks.
Could you stop at this coffee shop? I need a cup of joe.
Press that little red button.
Hey, an entire coffee machine just came out of your dashboard.
Yep.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Oh, that coffee is a little strong.
Press the blue button.
What's that?
Cream dispenser.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
At Allo, we go beyond internet, bringing you faster speeds backed by an all-fiber network. We go beyond TV and phone service, delivering reliable, crystal clear connections. We go beyond customer service with local teammates and no robots for a hassle-free experience. We go beyond value, offering transparent prices with no contracts, hidden fees, or data caps. We even go beyond our office doors by working, hiring, volunteering, and living in the communities we serve. Go beyond fiber. Sign up today at allofiber.com.
In dealing with the high interest rates, it's very important that you get as much bang for the buck. And that's what our Remington Homes is all about.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easy.